What's good, y'all? About to drop a video for y'all real quick before I finish out my night. Tonight I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to try not to be too long because I know sometimes my videos do be long, but I'm going to go ahead and get to the point. But tonight I want to talk about how sometimes you can love and care for people so much that you actually interfere with God's plans. I'm going to say that again. Sometimes we can love and care for people so much that it actually interferes with God's plans. I know that you care for certain people and you love certain people and you want to be there, and they struggling with something, they going through something, and you can't help, because the heart you have, you can't help but to try to be there, try to swoop in and save them low key, you know what I mean? You want to continuously talk to them, and they venting to you and this, that, and the third. And I just want you to know that sometimes you are only asked to plant a seed in a person's life, not fix their problem. This is something I had to teach myself. With me being a life coach and everything, I had to teach myself that. I used to get frustrated when people would come to me about things and they don't want to fix it, and then I'm taking the time to try to help them figure it out, and then they do the complete opposite of what I'm asking them to do. And then I'm just like, bro, do you want to keep coming to me and talking to me about the same things, but yet you never made an attempt to do what I asked you to do? You never made an attempt to try something different. You never made an attempt to really take the information and apply it to your life so you can get up out that situation, so you can start to feel better, so you can move different. You know what I'm saying? So you can go in a different direction, so you can make a change in your life. And it's sad, but it's unfortunate that some people, they like being the victim. They like being in that victim mentality. They like saying it's woe is me, and they just like to complain, and they just want somebody to coddle them, and they want people to hear them and want people to feel sorry for them. The truth of the matter is, when you go to people who care about you, they do feel sorry for you. They do want to coddle you. They do want to, be that shoulder that, that you can lean on, and they want to wipe your tears away, and whatever you need them to do, whatever it is that they can do to help you, that's what they're going to try to do because they care and love you. But some people, it's like a cry wolf type mentality. Like they just want to complain about something, but they don't want to do anything to fix it. And then you're sitting there wondering why you feeling drained. At first you don't feel drained. At first you're just listening, and you're trying to give them some advice, and, trying to be there for them, and, try to make them comfortable in their situation to the best of your ability. But then over time, when it's constantly the same thing, and you start to wonder why you're starting to feel drained, it's because you're trying to handle something that you wasn't asked to do. Sometimes it's just called for you to plant the seed. And when you look back over your life and everything that you learned, all the lessons that you learned, everything that you went through before you went into a new direction, before you made certain changes in your life, you didn't always do exactly what somebody asked you to do the first time. When people planted seeds in your life, when several seeds was planted in your life, it took a minute for them seeds to start to even grow. You see what I'm saying? It took a minute, because by nature we can be hard-headed. So you got to think about those times and how long it took for you to get over certain things and get through certain things and make a new change, or go in a different direction in your life. You got to remember that it took you some time too. So it's going to take them some time, and you got to allow that time. You can't interfere with that. Stop draining yourself trying to save people. It's not for you to save anybody. And a lot of y'all out there, you care so much, you're trying to save the people that you love and care for, but you still got work to do in your own life. It's still things about you that you gotta face. It's still demons that you gotta face. It's still shadow work that you gotta do. It's still childhood trauma and all that you gotta face for yourself. So you can't sit there and deplete yourself trying to be there for those people who really don't want the help. That's why sometimes, depending on who it is, I just allow them to talk. I don't say too much of anything because I feel like I done said enough. I feel like I done planted a lot of seeds. And there's some of y'all out there who you you care and love for certain people so much that you allow their problems to get you in your feelings about their problems. They come to you mad about some shit, so now you mad. They come to you sad and upset about something, so now you sad and upset. Like your whole mood change because of what they going through. You see what I'm saying? And you weren't asked to do that. Be a friend. Be that loving family member. Be those things. But you gotta understand that you only called to plant the seed. And you're actually interfering with what God is doing in that person's life. Like I tell you all the time, everything happens in our lives on purpose. And it happens so it can reroute us and change us the way we need to be and reroute us to go in the direction we're supposed to be going. And you got to allow people to bump their heads sometimes. You can't save them. They can only save themselves. And that's facts. They can only save themselves. They can only do what it takes to get themselves out of certain situations. They can only do what it takes to fix whatever it is they got to fix. Whatever the process is they got to go through to fix it. That's what they have to do on their own. You see what I'm saying? You're depleting yourself, you're draining yourself, and you're interfering with what God has going on in that person's life. You got to understand that, and I know that you care for certain people and you love certain people and you hate to see them in the positions that they are in their life, and you just want to see them do better. You want to see everybody do better. You want everybody to, be happy, but at the end of the day, that's a decision that they have to make on their own. It's called freedom of choice, free will that we all have. So even though you may be in a specific circumstance or going through something in your life, it is your choice to decide how you're going to feel about it, what you're going to do about it, how you're going to move about it. Like, that's your choice. It's my choice. It's your choice. Despite the circumstance, despite what's thrown our way, it is up to us. Most of everything is a choice. From your feelings to your actions. You see what I'm saying? Some people just like being a victim. And they don't understand that when you're in that victim mentality, when you have that mentality, when you can't shake it, it keeps you stuck where you are. I used to have that same mentality. A lot of us have. A lot of us went through shit. The childhoods wasn't all the way what we felt like it should have been, and all these other things, all the things. That's what comes with doing the shadow work. From the childhood trauma to anything that any type of trauma that we may deal with, anything that triggers us, that's trauma. And it's things that you have to face in order to help see your way through it, in order to help you to stop being triggered by certain things. You see what I'm saying? Not saying that what you've been through in your life and what you've experienced wasn't right, was right, because it wasn't. But what I'm saying is, you have to get to a point in your life where you have to understand that at the end of the day, it's your choice. You either gonna dwell in it, or you're gonna do what it takes to get you up out of that. And I spent a huge chunk of my life being in that victim mentality, pointing the fingers and all that other shit. But I had to realize that, Jarobeca, you are your own person. No matter what happened to you, no matter how you feel about certain individuals, about certain things, you are your own individual, and it's up to you. It's your choice as to where you're going to end up. What you going to do with your life? Where you trying to be? Where is it that God needs you to be? And you can't figure those things out if you walking around here sulking, if you walking around here pointing the finger, if you walking around here carrying dead weight. You can't carry no dead weight. That's why I realized that the year 2024 has been a year of exposure. This year has been the year of exposure for a lot of shit, for all of us. A lot of y'all been out there putting in work, doing what you got to do, working on, you know, working on you, working on your dreams, just manifesting, praying, and staying in alignment within yourself. But at the same time, you've been trying to carry dead weight. You've been trying to bring people with you that really ain't trying to go. You trying to persuade them, and you talking to you blue in the face like, come on, let's do this. And they really not trying to go. They feet dragging. You're literally dragging their feet through the dirt. Pulling their whole body weight because they not trying to go. And it's not saying that they won't ever get there. But at this time in their life, the seeds that was planted ain't grew yet. And that ain't for you to worry about at this point. So in the next couple of weeks, we in a brand new year. And it's not about new year, new me, because that's bullshit. Because it don't take a completely brand new year to work on yourself, to start new. You can do all that starting today. You see what I'm saying? But next year, Spirit has been telling me it's time to focus on you. It's time to focus on you. It's time for you to be selfish. Not in a bad way. But it's time for you to focus on you. You done planted seeds in people's life. You done begged them to move a certain way. You done helped them. You done talked to them till you was blue in the face. You done gave them all kinds of advice. And they still stuck in their comfortability. And that's okay. Right now in their life, it's just not time for them yet. You see what I'm saying? But you can't keep holding on to them. You can't keep trying to persuade them. You can't keep trying to drag them along with you. Because you're going to put a halt to what you got to do for you. You're going to interrupt what you got to do for you. I had to learn that about me. You can't save everybody. I can plant the seed and I can keep it pushing. But a lot of y'all, you just out there holding people's hand. You have to let them go. You got to let their hand go. You got to let them learn whatever lessons that they got to learn in their life, because that's what God is trying to do for them. He working with them just like he worked with you. You see what I'm saying? Stop interfering with God's plan with other people's life. He ain't asked you to do that. He asked you to plant the seed and to keep it pushing. You got work to do for you.